Switzerland is often called a paradise on Earth, where snowy mountains, green valleys, blue lakes, and quiet villages form a beautiful scene. The country is known for its natural beauty, its wealth, and its quality of life. It is counted among the safest and richest nations in the world. With an extremely low crime rate, Switzerland is home to the Gotthard Base Tunnel, the longest tunnel in the world, which is 57 kilometers long. People here eat more chocolate than anywhere else in the world. Every year, more than 200 million kilograms of chocolate are produced here. Switzerland also has more than 1,800 lakes, and the tap water is considered so clean that it is often purer than bottled mineral water. Here, many women are so attractive and independent that about 45% of them do not feel the need to get married. The world's happiest country. Switzerland lies in the middle of Europe and shares borders with four countries: Germany, France, Italy, and Austria. Among the languages spoken here, German is used the most. People here also understand and speak English. Because of this culture of many languages living together, Switzerland is often called the heart of Europe. The total area of Switzerland is only about 41,250 square kilometers, so it is even smaller than our Himachal Pradesh. Yet for natural beauty and way of life, it is known all over the world. Here you can see the high Alps mountains, bright white glaciers, and calm lakes everywhere. Around 60% of the land is covered with mountains, and about 30% has green forests and open plains. For this reason, Switzerland is placed among the greenest and cleanest countries in the world. The population of this country is close to 9 million, which is equal to a small city in India. The number of people living in each area is low, and families are spread out in the middle of nature. Because of this, the air and water here are counted among the purest in the world. People stay healthy for many years, and the quality of life is so high that Switzerland regularly comes in the list of the happiest countries. Swiss women. Swiss women are often remembered for a calm, elegant charm, a style that is not loud or showy but still strong enough to make you pause before you speak. They usually appear tidy and simple, use very little makeup, and above all, they believe in themselves. Regular outdoor activities such as rowing, walking in the mountains, and riding bicycles help them keep fit bodies and fresh faces with a natural rosy glow. If someone asked which places in Switzerland have the most attractive women, many people would quickly name Zurich and Lausanne. Zurich shows a German style of discipline, where young women in coats stand on the platform for the early morning train at 6, looking straight ahead without even putting on lipstick. Lausanne is a city that speaks French and feels gentler and more inviting, with a relaxed mood that hints at the Mediterranean. Even though many Swiss women between 30 and 45 are good-looking, self-reliant, and do well in their careers, their rate of marriage is still lower than that of men of the same age. Where are you watching from? Are you impressed by the women here? Leave a comment below and chat with me. Transportation. Railway lines in Switzerland play an important role. Almost every visitor chooses to take a trip by train. Around 5% of the network runs through mountains and glaciers, giving passengers a view that feels like another world. On this journey, the train moves through green valleys, wide plains, and high snowy peaks. In terms of rail travel quality, Switzerland is ranked just behind Japan. The highest railway station in Europe is also in Switzerland, at an altitude of about 458 meters above sea level. This station is called Jungfraujoch Station and is known as the top station of Europe. The country is also proud of having one of the best transport systems in the world. When you visit, you can buy a Swiss pass, which lets you use boats, buses, trains, and cars across Switzerland without paying again each time. Climate. Switzerland experiences clear changes in weather throughout the year. In summer, valleys fill with green plants and colorful flowers. In winter, the land is covered by thick layers of snow. The lakes are so clear and blue that they reflect your face like a mirror. Overall, Switzerland is neither very hot nor very cold. For this reason, millions of travelers visit this nation every year. Many Bollywood films are also filmed in Switzerland because the views here are so beautiful that people cannot stop looking at them. Switzerland can be called the country of lakes, since in this small area there are around 1,500 lakes. Almost every 5 kilometers you are likely to come across another lake. Switzerland's history. If we look at the history of Switzerland, no other nation has ever ruled this country, and Switzerland has never tried to rule any other nation. For about the last 500 years, this country has stayed away from wars and has not formally taken the side of any other country. In the early days, the people here lived in different tribes. It is believed that three main tribes joined together and formed a single state. This state was established around the year 1200. By 1648, several European nations officially accepted Switzerland as an independent country. In 1798, France attacked Switzerland. At that time, Napoleon was the leader of France. Switzerland became free from France in 1815, but the conflict during those years is not viewed as a period in which Switzerland was fully enslaved. The National Constitution of Switzerland was created in 1848, during World War I and World War II. Switzerland neither took part in the fighting nor supported any side in the conflict. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like so YouTube can recommend it to even more people. And if you're watching on your phone, tap the hype button right below. The snowiest train journey. Swiss transportation reflects the country's obsession with precision. Swiss trains are considered the most punctual in the world, so reliable that people joke about setting their watches by them. The country is also famous for railways that feel like living artworks placed gently into the landscape. These three famous train routes pass through tall mountains and open a window into a snowy winter world. The Bernina Express stands as a powerful example of how human design and natural beauty work together, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This train climbs sharp slopes through the Alps and reaches almost 2,000 meters above sea level. Soon after it begins its journey, it rolls across the well-known Brusio Circular Viaduct, then moves alongside Lake Poschiavo before continuing upward to Ospizio Bernina, the highest point along the route. Moving at the opposite rhythm of today's fast-paced world, the Glacier Express turns slow travel into a form of comfort and elegance. Famous as the slowest express train on Earth, it gives passengers time to truly take in steep cliffs, icy valleys, and the Rhine Gorge, which many call the Grand Canyon of Switzerland. Large panoramic windows and a smooth climb over the Oberalp Pass make the journey feel less like a trip and more like floating through the Alps, especially while enjoying a warm meal served on board. For travelers who seek high elevations, the Gornergrat Railway delivers a true alpine achievement. As the oldest electric rack railway in Switzerland, it steadily climbs rugged terrain to heights above 3,000 meters. From the top, the Matterhorn stands proudly in full view, a sight that has amazed visitors for well over 100 years. Life of farmers in the isolated Alps villages. The Swiss countryside is often shown like a perfect postcard, with snow-covered Alps, clear blue lakes, and green valleys filled with wooden chalets. In this setting, the land is more than ground for farming. It represents a shared legacy. Daily life follows ideas of balance, patience, and deep respect for nature. The rural landscape of Switzerland is carefully maintained. Farmland follows the natural shape of valleys, where wheat, barley, and corn grow in neat patterns. Alpine meadows filled with wild herbs serve as grazing areas for animals and also support many forms of plant and animal life. Small villages sit near the base of mountains, surrounded by orchard terraces and vegetable plots. As you walk through Swiss villages, you will notice the chalets. Their design has a clear purpose. Wide roofs shield walls from heavy snow. Carved wooden beams show meaningful symbols, and balconies are built to dry hay or store equipment. These homes reflect sustainable living, built with nearby timber, cared for over generations, and strong enough to face harsh alpine winters. In rural areas, cooperation has always been necessary. Neighbors support each other by collecting hay, fixing fences, or caring for animals during difficult times. Community events such as festivals, weddings, and funerals help strengthen these bonds. The Wochenmarkt, or weekly village markets, act as both trading and social spaces. Farmers sell cheese, vegetables, honey, and handmade goods. But they also share news, guidance, and friendship. These markets function as living networks that keep communities closely connected. Swiss rural life is strongly shown through customs and clothing. During celebrations, people wear tracht, traditional outfits that differ by canton. Women wear dresses with embroidered aprons and lace collars, while men wear leather shorts or wool trousers that show local pride. Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland's most beautiful alpine valley. Lauterbrunnen is often described as one of the most beautiful valleys in Europe, resting deep within the Swiss Alps. Although it is a small village, it amazes visitors with scenery that feels almost unreal. Tall vertical cliffs, high mountains surrounding the valley, cozy wooden chalets, and bright flowers along every path create a stunning scene. The most famous feature of Lauterbrunnen is its 72 waterfalls flowing into the valley. The best known is Staubach Falls, nearly 300 meters tall, the highest free-falling waterfall in Switzerland, visible right from the village entrance. The clean mountain air and slow pace of life make Lauterbrunnen a rare place where people can truly rest and breathe freely. The scenery changes constantly like a living artwork, from powerful waterfalls to picture-perfect wooden houses, with snowy peaks still visible in the distance even in early summer. Beyond Staubach Falls, visitors can explore Trommelbach Falls, a dramatic series of 10 waterfalls hidden inside the mountain. Here, rushing glacier water roars through narrow tunnels and causes the ground to shake beneath your feet. Lauterbrunnen is also a dream destination for nature lovers and outdoor fans. It offers hiking and cycling paths, cable cars, and mountain trains that reach car-free villages like Mürren, where wide views open toward the famous peaks of Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau. Every season brings a different kind of beauty, from green summers and colorful autumns to snowy winters and spring fields full of flowers. Although staying here can be expensive, waking up in a valley filled with waterfalls, enjoying fresh bread, milk, and local cheese, and hearing cool alpine water flowing everywhere makes Lauterbrunnen not only beautiful, but deeply calming and restorative. Living in harmony with nature. When living in Switzerland, you will notice that the environment is remarkably clean. The air feels fresh, tap water is safe to drink, trash is carefully separated, and people take protecting nature very seriously. This is not accidental. It comes from a well-organized system and a strong sense of shared responsibility. The colored bins everywhere, each meant for a different type of waste such as plastic, paper, glass, and organic material. Throwing trash into the wrong bin is not taken lightly. If someone is caught, a fine may follow. In some regions, trash bags even have QR codes so authorities can identify who disposed of waste incorrectly. It may seem strict, but this is why Swiss streets are almost perfectly clean. This attitude is also reflected in transportation choices. Public transport is given priority. Trams, buses, and long-distance trains run on schedule. Stay clean and work efficiently. Many people walk or cycle to work. Those who own cars often choose electric or hybrid models. Cities encourage eco-friendly travel and place high taxes on vehicles that cause heavy pollution. As a result, air pollution and noise are rarely noticeable compared to other large cities. Energy use in Switzerland also shows strong environmental awareness. The country leads in clean electricity production, with most power coming from water and other renewable sources. Many homes are equipped with solar panels, and new buildings must meet environmental standards. Some areas even have zero carbon housing, where both construction and daily living produce no harmful emissions. Living in such surroundings naturally changes personal habits. People learn to consume more carefully, save water, recycle properly, and think before buying unnecessary items. Instead of feeling like a burden, these habits create a stronger sense of responsibility toward the community, nature, and oneself. Here's something to think about. If your country adopted Switzerland's strict recycling system, would you support it or find it too extreme? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear different perspectives on this. Unique laws and regulations. There is a common rumor that flushing the toilet at night is illegal in Switzerland. But this is not true since it is a basic need. However, many older apartment buildings enforce very strict rules about noise after 10 in the evening. Respecting neighbors and maintaining peace and quiet is considered extremely important. In some places, special bathrooms are designed so that flushing sounds cannot be heard. In addition, nighttime air travel is limited in several regions. Certain airports restrict late-night takeoffs and landings so residents can sleep without disturbance. This shows how public comfort is often placed above convenience. Pet ownership is also closely regulated. Keeping certain animals alone is not allowed. If someone owns parrots, guinea pigs, or even goldfish, they must keep at least 2 so the animals are not lonely. Animal welfare in Switzerland is protected with great care and seriousness. There are also laws that surprise many visitors. Switzerland is the only country fully prepared for a possible apocalypse. By law, every resident must have access to a nuclear fallout shelter. The country has enough underground shelters for more than its entire population. Because Switzerland is peaceful, many of these thick steel bunkers are now used as wine storage rooms or places to keep ski equipment. Finally, there is one rule that truly troubles the extremely wealthy. Traffic fines are based on income. The richer the driver, the higher the fine. There was once a millionaire driving a luxury sports car who received a speeding ticket close to $1 million. In Switzerland, the law is not only strict, it also knows exactly how much you earn. The kingdom of the happiest cows in the world. Do you think cows are only farm animals? In Switzerland, the brown Swiss cow is a national icon and is often called the Queen of the Alps. Switzerland still keeps a strong tradition where grazing cows wear large brass bells. The biggest bells can weigh between 10 and 14 pounds, which helps farmers locate the animals when they wander across high mountain fields or move through heavy fog. If you imagine the deep sound of these metal bells echoing across the valleys, that image is completely accurate. This sound is part of everyday life in many rural regions. The Swiss also play the alphorn, a long wooden wind instrument that is usually about 11.5 feet in length. In the past, it was not meant for concerts. Herders used it to send signals across valleys and to call the cows back home at the end of the day. During autumn, the entire country celebrates the Des Alpes festival, which marks the return of cows from mountain pastures. In this joyful parade, the finest dairy cows lead the herd and are decorated with rich floral crowns as a sign of honor and respect. The Swiss-style love challenge. Do you think a wedding is only about raising glasses and cutting a cake? In Switzerland, especially in German-speaking areas, the first moment after becoming husband and wife can involve real physical effort. This tradition is known as Baumstammsägen. As soon as the couple leaves the church or town hall, they find their way blocked by a large log placed on a wooden stand. Their task sounds simple. They must saw the log into 2 pieces right there. The challenge is that the saw usually requires both hands and is often old and not very sharp. The meaning behind this custom is very practical. Marriage is not only about romance and happy moments. It requires teamwork and balance. If one partner pulls too hard or moves too quickly, the saw will get stuck. The log represents the first challenge of married life, showing that problems can only be solved when both people work together. After this task, the couple enters the Spalierstand, also known as the Guard of Honor. In Switzerland, guests do more than clap. This moment becomes personal and meaningful. Friends and coworkers form an arch using objects linked to the couple's jobs or hobbies. If the newly married pair loves sports, guests may hold items like skis, tennis rackets, or other equipment as they walk through. Ahas! In Switzerland, a wedding celebrates personal identity within the community. The couple is welcomed not only with good wishes, but with a clear message of support for who they are and the journey they begin together. Architecture with attitude. Swiss architecture exists in a calm and precise way, guided by dignity and restraint. When walking through the old streets of Zurich or Bern, what stands out is not luxury or bold design. Instead, there is a sense of order. Houses align neatly, windows appear carefully measured, and wooden balconies show gentle carvings that are never excessive or chaotic. Swiss architecture blends 2 opposite ideas: tradition and modern life. In the Alps, old wooden homes have steep roofs to release snow, small windows to hold warmth, and thick stone walls to block cold winds. These buildings are not just attractive, they are shaped by observation, adaptation, and a truthful relationship with nature. In major cities, modern buildings made of concrete, glass, and steel reflect progress. Every detail has a clear purpose, yet still feels thoughtful and full of character. Space is never wasted. Everything feels controlled and intentional, much like the Swiss way of life itself. Quiet, careful, and dependable. The clearest example of this identity can be found in the capital city, Bern. This city has no towering skyscrapers or loud energy, yet it earns deep admiration. Its old town, with red roof tiles, gray sandstone walls, and long covered walkways, remains one of the best preserved medieval centers in Europe. Architecture here feels like memory carefully protected. Every stone and narrow passage has existed for centuries. Beneath the famous Zeitglocke clock tower, visitors do not just watch time pass. They are reminded of how people once lived and measured every minute with care and precision. Just beyond the historic center, Bern does not rush into change. Modern buildings such as museums and shopping areas are designed to fit into the surroundings rather than disrupt them. Even the Federal Palace was built using sandstone so it would blend naturally into the city instead of dominating it. Famous tourist destinations. Switzerland is often described as heaven on earth, and every year millions of visitors arrive to see its beauty for themselves. Because of this, Switzerland is ranked among the most popular tourist destinations in the world. Let us explore some of its most well-known places. When people think of Switzerland, the first image that often appears is the sharp pyramid shape of the Matterhorn. This mountain is seen as the strongest symbol of the Swiss Alps. Its steep and pointed form is so distinctive that it is often called the King of Mountains. Skiing here during winter and hiking during summer offer completely different but equally exciting experiences. For this reason, the Matterhorn is one of the most photographed mountains on Earth. Just below the Matterhorn lies the village of Zermatt. This small town feels as if it belongs in a fairy tale. Its most remarkable feature is that cars are not allowed at all. Only electric vehicles and horse-drawn carriages are used throughout the village. Because of this, the air stays extremely clean and fresh, making even a simple breath feel special. Visitors come not only to admire the Matterhorn, but also to enjoy the calm atmosphere and unique way of life in Zermatt. One of the highest and most exciting locations in Switzerland is Jungfraujoch, often called the top of Europe. Reaching it requires a journey on the world's highest cogwheel railway. At the summit, visitors are surrounded by snow-covered peaks, vast glaciers, and views that stay in memory forever. Attractions such as the Ice Palace Caves and the Sphinx Observatory are especially popular. Lake Lucerne offers a different kind of beauty. Deep blue water, tall mountains, and boats moving gently across the lake create a perfect picture. Along the shoreline are small towns that look like scenes from European storybooks. Nearby stands Mount Pilatus, a place once linked to legends of dragons. Today, visitors can reach the top by cable car and enjoy dreamlike views from above the clouds. The cost of perfection. Switzerland covers about 41,285 square kilometers. Yet its city planning and public transport systems are among the best in the world. Just a short distance outside city centers, you can find forests, open fields, and clear lakes. This high level of order and calm does come with a high cost. A cup of coffee in Zurich can cost between 4 and 6 Swiss franc. A basic meal often costs 20 to 30 Swiss franc. Renting a 2-bedroom apartment in the city center may cost anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 Swiss franc each month. On average, a single person in Zurich needs at least 4,000 Eidolers to 5,000 Swiss franc per month for basic living expenses. At the same time, salaries in Switzerland are also high. In 2024, the average full-time annual income is around 78,000 Swiss franc, which equals about 6,500 Swiss franc per month. Swiss people are known for being careful with money, hardworking, and well-organized. They do not spend wastefully, but they also do not live without comfort. Life is about finding the right balance. Most people live in clean, well-equipped apartments, and renting is more common than owning. Only about 40% of residents own their homes, mainly due to very high property prices and strict rules for buyers. Every neighborhood follows clear rules about waste sorting and quiet hours, usually from noon to 2 in the afternoon and after 10 at night. Most residents follow these rules willingly. The Swiss may seem reserved, but they have a strong sense of responsibility toward others. The typical work week lasts between 40 and 42 hours, and everyone receives at least 4 weeks of vacation each year. Evenings are often spent cooking, reading, walking, hiking, or simply enjoying the scenery. In larger cities, there are still cinemas, shops, and cafes, but loud behavior is never common. Life in Switzerland may not suit those looking for fast, cheap, and effortless living, but for people who appreciate order, enjoy being close to nature, value personal space, and prefer a peaceful rhythm, Switzerland offers a life that encourages calm and thoughtful living. Switzerland shows us that a different kind of success is possible. A society can be wealthy without losing its soul, modern without abandoning tradition, and efficient without sacrificing beauty. What we see here is not perfection, but rather a deep commitment to values that many countries struggle to maintain. Respect for nature, responsibility toward neighbors, and patience in building something that lasts. The lessons from this small alpine nation reach far beyond its borders. They challenge us to question what we truly value in our own lives and communities. And if you think this country's legal system is already strict after watching this video, wait a second. Did you know there was once a country where smiling in public was actually required by law? Curious to know where that is? Click the link at the top of the screen or check the pinned comment below. See, if this journey through Switzerland inspired you or opened your eyes to a different way of living. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure. Which part of Swiss life impressed you most? Could you adapt to their strict rules and high costs in exchange for such quality of life? Or perhaps you have visited Switzerland and have your own story to share. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you know someone who dreams of visiting Switzerland or is curious about life there, share this video with them. Thank you for watching. And until our next destination, keep exploring the world with an open mind.